I'm counting, but it's 3 years and 7 weeks to the next election. And I suspect there's a real chance that Boris might have an unpopular government round his neck and I won't have one round mine, so the balance would be shifted. It's nice to see a bit more of the kids, but no, I'm a workaholic and I like power and I like taking decisions. So no, I'd rather, everyone tells me I look better. I'd rather look worse and have the job. His real weakness is that he doesn't have a sort of strategy for London, or what the journalists now call a narrative, and therefore both in The Economist or Tony Travers' writings, this is the complaint. He's just managing day to day. He hasn't yet abandoned the strategy I set about where we should get by 2026, but he hasn't come up with a different one. The trouble is, Boris's lifestyle has always been a fairly sort of laid back one, sort of roll into work at 10, allocate columns in The Spectator, the leisurely lunch, the afternoon shag, and this sort of relentless 24/7 pressure just isn't his style. So I think quite a lot of decisions are stacking up. No, because most of the press have an agenda which really involves people like Boris and David Cameron running everything. And so there'll be some criticism, simply because they have to reflect the pressure that's building up amongst the public. The fare increase in January was unnecessary. Broadly, Boris is getting away with a lot because I left reserves of £1.5 billion, and he's planning to run those down by 90% over the 4 years, so he can avoid all the difficult decisions. But he's squandering an opportunity because we built that up to, expand transport, build major projects, and it's just going to be used to avoid taking difficult decisions. I felt acute disappointment because we persuaded the government to give the Mayor's Office billions of pounds, £5 billion for a big housing programme, which has to be, we're just coming up to the end, we're just about to reach the end of the first year of that, and there's been no impact by Boris. If the money isn't spent, it reverts back to government. I think the problem Islington's got is this sort of hung council, virtually. And like most of the councils in London, it's now planning to retrench on services, not just Liberal ones. Many of them think there'll be cutbacks, whoever's in government, and sort of coming up with, broadly a package which is one that hits the poorer people if you're not a Labour council, and less so if you're a Labour council. But it's a very grim old world out there they're facing.